Went hiking with a group of 3 other guys. Started on a trail, but then slowly made our way off. We grew up doing the same and were very familiar with the woods. We had backpacks with us, plenty of water, a whistle, and one weapon. I'm not a gun person, but I always make sure to have something with us when we go hiking, because reason. Like I said, me and my buddies had done this thousands of times and it all felt very normal and safe for us. The terrain was nothing too crazy, so we didn't need any climbing gear for anything. We were walking in somewhat familiar territory when we noticed a man a bit up ahead leaned over with one of his hands posted up on a tree. We looked around and didn't see anyone else and he didn't appear to have any gear. We got within about 50 feet and yelled out to him, making sure everything was all right. Also seeing if he needed medical attention for anything as he was leaned over. The guy didn't say anything back. Not feeling stupid enough, we sort of circled around the guy, keeping the distance about the same, but trying to get a better view. We yelled out again. No answer. One of the guys walked up a bit closer and noticed the guy had a huge knife/machete. He stopped immediately and yelled back, "Weapon." The man posted up on the tree heard him yell "weapon" and immediately stood up and faced up, still holding his knife/machete. My other friend brandished his gun and yelled to the guy, "Hey man, we don't want any trouble. Don't come any closer with that." The guy on the tree still didn't say anything, but took a step towards us. Our friend that had closed the gap started backpedaling slowly while my friend with the weapon took a step towards the guy, repeating, "Don't come any closer." The guy didn't seem to care, he still didn't say anything. He took one step and stopped. Took a step and stopped. He was playing some sort of game in his mind. My friend with the gun decided it wasn't worth the risk and told us to leave quickly. He started to backpedal too quicker. The guy at the tree never really quickened his pace. Just took one step every other second. As soon as we felt comfortable by putting more distance between us, we all ran. Looking back occasionally. We called it in after we felt we had lost the guy, saying some lunatic was out in the middle of the woods with a weapon and was a potential danger. Scared the hell out of me for a good bit. Not my story, but it happened to my grandfather. He likes to deer hunt. He goes out around 3 a.m. and will stay out until daylight. He told me one day he had no luck and decided to pack up and head back out to his car, which was quite a ways out. As he was walking through the woods, he noticed his footsteps seemed a lot louder than they should be. And this continued on for another 10 to 15 minutes. At the time it was still pretty much pitch black out in the woods, so he couldn't see anything behind him. He started to panic when he realized someone was in fact following him. He pulled up his bow and arrow and said, "I can hear you, if you don't show yourself I'm sending this arrow straight back." And he heard a man say, wait. I'm just lost and I was following you to find my way out." He actually ended up helping the man, but he made him walk in front of him the rest of the way. My grandpa told me he felt like he had other intentions. Went on a day camping trip with my friend and her boyfriend that she had recently met on the internet. We are out in the middle of nowhere, Montana, not a soul around. No cell reception, and I'm not from Montana, so I don't really know where we are. Dude is way bigger than either she or I, we're both petite girls. The creepiness starts while we're driving around off-roading in my friend's mom's truck looking for a place to park and set up camp. My friend's boyfriend is driving. We come across a potential spot and she and I get out to scope it out. While we're doing this, he backs the truck out and starts to drive away. I turn to my friend and say, "What is he doing?" And she starts to run after him, waving him down. He finally stops about a quarter mile away and lets us in. He doesn't say anything and she just brushes it off as well. He must not have liked that spot. We find a different spot up the road, and this time I wait until he gets out of the car before I get out. I tell my friend that she should hold onto the keys. He starts getting really quiet and sulky and won't help us set up our site. Then he starts walking away in one direction without saying a word and just keeps walking. My friend runs after him to catch up with him and ask him if everything is okay. When she does catch up to him and stops to catch her breath, he turns around and starts walking in the other direction without saying a word to her. He comes back to the site and starts rolling around on the ground in the dirt. At this point I tell her we need to go. She says everything is fine and I am ruining the trip by not just having a good attitude and trying to get along. He keeps rolling and acting bizarre, so she finally agrees to leave. He is still the one driving, and as we're headed back, out of nowhere he stops the truck and just sits there. Then he gets out of the truck and starts walking around a pile of rocks and wood. I tell her that if he does anything that makes me seriously think he's gonna hurt us, I have pepper spray with me and I won't hesitate to use it. Eventually he gets back in the truck and mumbles something about just wanting to check it out. He didn't kill us and nothing else happened, but I felt really freaking vulnerable out there in the middle of nowhere with no one but my delusional friend and this creepy internet stranger. It actually cost our friendship because she simply didn't want to see that there was anything wrong with anything that happened that day, and she couldn't wait to see him again.